All right, so we're back. Glad that you guys have joined us again for another episode of Coffee Break with Mary and Jeff. And it happens to be October 29th.
It's Halloween week.
It's Halloween week. The weather here in the Northeast, wherever you're listening, has been spectacular. Beautiful sunny skies, moderate temperature. And I heard from a weather forecaster that it's the first time in recorded weather history that we've had an entire month without rain here in the Northeast. Wow. So no rain, not a drop of rain, nothing. And they are predicting it. Obviously, we're not finished with October, but they're predicting it'll go through October, and that Halloween is supposed to be 80 degrees.
Yeah, no coats for those kids.
No coats for the kids. So
it's a fun, festive week. We have election day next week. So
oh my
we've got
God.
all of our nerves, all of our decisions to
How
make.
much fun can
So what better time to do an episode about Would You Rather?
Oh my God.
It's a fun game.
It is.
Also a lot of decision making.
It's so nerve-wracking for everyone out there that might be anxious about the way the election is going to go. And I've purposely stayed away from it for obvious reasons. But we're a week away. There's been a record number of early votes. I think I'm even going to go and cast my vote early.
Same. And
you as well. And so Mary and I, we looked back at the last episode that we did, which was about
quotes
yeah. And how it might impact the way you look at life. And we decided to make it, that wasn't as funny an episode as we had hoped, but this one will be, because these are all would you rather questions.
Yes,
so Mary and her...
I have 10.
I have 10.
You have a little more than 10.
I do, because I got so into it. Instead of just general questions, would you rather, I said, well, wouldn't it be funny if I'm not starting with this, by the way, Mary, but it'll be probably the last question.
Oh, well, don't tell me.
Okay.
You can go first, though. You can ask yours first.
Okay.
Whichever one you want.
Well, I was thinking if you had set the stage. I had never done this before. Would you rather? And you do it all the time at home. If I did this with Missy, she would go, "What?"
I feel like she'd have some great ones.
She would. She's very quick.
She's gonna think of some even better ones once she hears this. She's gonna be like, "Guys, I got some
I think
ones.
you're right.
What are you doing?"
I think you're right.
But yeah, I play this a lot with. I mean, we played this a lot in college and did, like inappropriate, not safe for work ones, like we'll do now. But
right.
But then at home with my little kids,
really,
we'll do like really silly ones to like keep them sitting at the table.
Well, I like what you said, that there's sort of no boundaries. You just obvious boundaries, but you just ask whatever it is. And so I wrote the first question down.
Okay.
Would you rather, Mary, be able to read minds or become invisible for 60 minutes?
Wow. Jeff, I had this same question in my list.
We went to the same place, didn't we?
I'm curious how many of ours are the same. This is like a personality test for us.
We should.
We spend too much time together.
Okay. Let me...
Yeah. No, it's a great question. So then we'll both answer it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's hard. I mean, being invisible, that's super cool.
I remember.
I don't know if I'd want to read people's minds. I feel
precisely my comment. I don't want to read people's minds. I don't know if I want to go there.
I can see how it would be useful, but it would also be really messed up.
It would be totally messed up. It would change my life, and I would rather be invisible.
So you mean become invisible for 60 minutes? And that's the only 60 minutes ever?
And you'd be able to read minds for your whole life.
Oh.
Or you could go 60 minutes, you could follow somebody into a shower and nobody...
That's what you're doing?
Well, I'm thinking, because I'm so twisted.
Safe for work.
You could go into a baseball stadium without a ticket.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because you could get on any plane.
I feel like I would be the most boring invisible person, but you have some great ideas. I'd be
Well-
invisible, and then I'd be like, "Oh God, I only have 60 minutes."
Yeah, and then you
I
come
couldn't
up-
decide, and then
Yeah.
I would pop right back to normal.
Well, then the person, let's just go with the shower thing. Then you forgot in 60 minutes that you're going to get back to normal, and then you're standing there. That would be so odd. So, hey, I'm sorry. I thought I was going to get out of here, but I was having such a good time in the shower that I let myself become visible again.
Yeah, you got to be really good about the timing.
That-
Well, yeah, and if it's only 60
You
minutes,
have to be really good about the timing. You don't have a watch. You're invisible.
yeah, exactly. But like if you're going to an event too,
That-
I mean, I guess once you're in there,
That-
they don't care. But
Yes.
'cause
And then if you took
60 minutes.
somebody, you could go right up to the front, sit in any seat. Then if somebody had that seat, would you couldn't still sit there. They would sit on you. You would be
Yeah,
in.
you'd have to hope for like standing room only area, right?
Yes.
Depending where you're going.
Would people feel you invisibly?
I think so, right?
Yeah,
It's
you're
not like
still.
you're a ghost.
You're just invisible.
Yeah, they just
You're-
don't see
It's
you.
not like you're a ghost. All right, there's the distinction.
Yeah.
Um,
So we both agree invisibility.
we both agree because it'd be too messed up.
Yeah, I feel like it would mess up your own head.
You know, I had as I always have these little asides. I was on a camping trip with some friends, and a woman that one of the friends was dating, who I also knew, had sent my friend a naked picture of herself, and my friend was totally surprised. We're on a camping trip. We're up in the mountains. And my friend was totally surprised that he had gotten this. But they were great friends.
Like she sent it in a letter?
Text.
Oh, okay.
Sexting. Sexting.
I didn't know what time period you were talking
No,
about.
I'm talking about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Exactly 10 years ago.
Okay. Okay.
And so my friend who got this unexpected picture of his friend who is naked, said, "Hey Jeff, I got this picture from, and do you want to see it?" And I said no. I actually, in spite of
I would rather not, yeah.
I would rather, and I'm a guy. I could see you going, no, but I don't know you. You know, in your private
Wait,
moment.
no, but like, I mean, someone could be curious whether they're a guy or a girl, you know. But I feel like.
Okay. Well, if you reversed it, if your
But
girlfriend.
they sent it to him, so that's, you know.
Yes. Oh no,
You know,
I wasn't
that's
included
your-
on
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
But because we were all close friends, he wanted to show me, and I
Mm-hmm.
said no, I can't see it.
Yeah.
And so the same thing goes with reading somebody's mind. We're both of the same
Yeah.
leaning,
Which is a
persuasion.
good point, because even like somebody's texts, I feel like now are part of their mind. Like looking through
Yeah,
somebody's phone
I
is
don't want to.
basically kinda like
I could
looking
never
through
get
their
out of my
brain.
head what that person would look like naked. No, and she was pretty, but I know her, but I didn't want to see her.
Good choice.
Thank you.
Good choice.
That's it.
Good answer. Good answer.
Okay, so number one, we both answered.
Yeah, and that was actually my number 4. So yeah, cross it off my list too. All right, my turn.
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather have teeth for hair or hair for teeth?
That is so crazy. Hair, teeth for hair.
Would you rather have teeth for hair
There'd
or
be-
hair for teeth? Gotta pick one.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to wrap my head around having my mouth full of hair. I'm thinking of a walrus. I'm thinking of baleen, which is hard hair that whales have to filter out whatever's going in their mouth.
Oh, that's a good fact. Yeah.
And I think there's always a benefit to whatever evolutionary things you're given. But this is just a choice. I would rather have teeth for hair.
Same.
Yes, because a mouth shouldn't have.
Yeah, I mean, I assume it would just be like having hair in your mouth while you're eating something, and
It would get
that's not good.
no.
No.
And the times that you have a piece of hair in your mouth where you have to pull it out,
Yeah.
it's very upsetting. You can't go on unless you get that hair out.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I agree. I mean, if you have some teeth on your head, you can wear a
pe-
hat.
People, you could put a hat on, and
you could
people would go,
technically wear a wig,
right, and it would be so much easier when you go to the dentist because you're just lying there.
Well, I think
And-
you'd have your normal teeth too. You just
Oh,
I don't think.
okay.
I don't know. Would the dentist look at your head?
The
your head
dentist
teeth?
would go, God, it's going to be so easy to drill.
Oh.
You don't have to open your mouth.
Yeah, I don't know what happens if you get a cavity. in
No,
there.
but you would never, because you would never chew with your head.
Yeah.
Which is where sugar gets pounded into your teeth when you're eating.
Yeah.
Your head.
And
would
think
ne-
you can.
never
You don't have
that.
to buy shampoo anymore. You can just buy toothpaste.
No, you would hurt your hands if you were rubbing shampoo on your head with teeth.
Yeah.
You see, folks, settle back because you're in for a wild ride for
These
the
are
next few minutes.
hard-hitting questions.
Oh my God. But I like the way it's going because it's
Yeah.
what we're best at. You
Yeah.
have some fun with unexpected questions. So my turn. This is going to something that I know Mary is interested in, this author, Tana French, and likes her.
Yeah, she's great.
And but now, would you rather spend a day with Tana French or with Taylor Swift?
Oh wow.
You have a choice, a
I
whole
mean,
day.
To be honest, I don't really know a lot about Tana French personally. She writes a great book. I don't know what she's like in her daily life.
So you would definitely go with Taylor.
I mean, how do you not?
You
could
can't.
You could do anything with Taylor. I feel like
You-
she's so much fun. You literally have the world at your fingertips because she can do anything. So.
And she would have, as she has had, her close followers. I don't know how she finds those
Swifties.
Swifties come to her house and she'll make dinner for them. That you didn't know that, but
I know she likes to cook and bake and stuff.
so she'll pick 20 or 30 of her best and most loyal Swifties and have them to her house in Rhode Island.
That's
And
lovely.
and so you could, but it would be one-on-one. It would be you and Taylor.
I think we'd have a good time.
Oh, there's no
Yeah,
question.
we're about the same age, you know.
Oh my God, there's
I think
so
we'd-
much
I
that
think we'd have a nice time.
you could be best friends. After that, she would not know.
I hope she's okay with the teeth on my head.
That could stop it right there in its tracks. When she saw you,
She'd make it a trend though, so it's okay.
She okay.
All
So
right.
we're going with
All
Taylor.
right, my next one's a little more serious.
Oh boy.
You gotta mix it up.
Oh my God.
All right. Would you rather go back in time to meet some of your ancestors, or go into the future to meet your great great grandchildren?
That's a wonderful question. That really is.
So it's
Um,
not just general. Would you go back in time? Would you go in the future? But like, would you meet these people that you're related to?
I'm German, so I would meet a lot of people who love warfare. And I don't think I would want that. Everyone's from Germany, and Germans are great engineers, and they love to make bullets. And I think I would go into the future. I'm curious about the future. I don't know where we'll be in, did you say a couple of generations?
I said great great grandchildren.
Great. So 3 generations, which would be 60 years. And I don't know where the world would be and what kind of, but I'd be really curious, considering the way the world can't seem to solve its leadership problems all over the world. There doesn't seem to be great leadership, and everybody's angry and divided. And I know my grandkids, I only have 2, and so both will probably have children, and I'd like to see what lives they're living in and the kind of world that they're living in. So I'll go for the future rather than the past.
Mm-hmm.
And
Good answer.
you, would you? That maybe that's not fair. So
I might go in the past.
yeah,
See,
You go
learn
back
more
to
about where
Ireland.
where I came from,
um,
and just hope for the best for the future. But
Yeah. Well, you're very close with your family, so
yeah, and I think there are some interesting people in my family I never got the chance to meet. So I think there's that opportunity with
being Irish.
well, no, not just Irish. I mean,
Oh. Are both sides of your family Irish? Mom and dad?
So my dad's parents were from Ireland, and then my mom's parents, her dad was Irish, but much further back. They were in New England, and my mom's mom was French via Canada. So
And you met your mom's mom.
yeah, so we were very close, and I feel like I would like to know more of that family. And
When did
Different
she pass away?
I was in high school. Yeah,
Tough.
that's when both my grandparents passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's
Interesting.
kind of cool
Going in the back, going backwards, and seeing what's going on there.
because then I guess you kind of learn more about yourself from that.
Yeah.
And if I was going in the future, it'd be more like, oh no, how did I screw these kids up?
No, your kids aren't going to be.
All right.
So
Your question is next.
I would say, let's see, if I go to numerically, number 3 would be, would you rather live alone on an uninhabited island with beautiful beaches, plenty of food, or live in a city apartment with 6 friends, close friends, and 1 bathroom?
Oh wow. I think I'd have to do the city.
You would, because you're so close with your friends.
I am close with my friends. I mean, the beach is beautiful, but I don't know if I'd want to live alone the whole entire time.
No, I can't see that. That was actually a stupid question. I could answer that myself. Why would Mary want to be alone on a beautiful beach?
Which would you pick? I mean, trust me, there's many days I want to be alone on a beach, but
I am more of a solitary person. I think
So you would do that.
if food was not an object and I didn't
Right,
have
right.
to create fire every night.
But does that mean you can't see anybody at any point?
Well, if a shipwreck came on the
Okay,
beach
but
and,
yeah, that's
let's say there was a love boat comes into the harbor there and it's
Okay.
filled with women, I would go, okay, why don't we have some oranges and coconuts here? And then you'd have to leave because I need my solitude. So I could not live
In close quarters.
in
like
close
that.
quarters, but I see. You could, like the other day. Here's a question.
But I mean,
just-
you're living in a city. You're not. I mean, are we trapped in this apartment?
No.
We can leave it.
Of course
right?
you can
go
leave
through-
it.
So that's fine.
When you had your weekend with your high school friends,
Yes, a few weekends ago, I went away with friends.
and you, I believe, rented an Airbnb or something like that.
Yep.
There couldn't have been a bedroom for everyone. Did you like share a bedroom?
Yeah, we all shared because I mean there have been years, depending on the Airbnb you get, where you have enough rooms for everybody to have a room, but most of the time we're fine sharing.
Sharing.
So,
Uh,
like I shared a room with 2 beds with another friend, and
Yeah.
then the 2 other rooms just had
One bed.
larger king beds or
And they-
queen beds or something, and they just shared. So,
I got it.
but we've known each other for
Exactly.
20 years, so
Oh yeah, I don't think that would be
Yeah.
that would be a problem.
yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so
But you wouldn't do that.
I would have. I did that in Ireland, and I stayed in a bed and breakfast with my friend Charlie, the photographer, and he has sleep apnea, so I wanted to kill myself in the morning because I couldn't sleep. It's so loud, his snoring.
Yeah.
And so when you confine yourself to a bedroom, even if you have your own bed, Missy has stayed in a king-size bed with her aunt as they traveled in Israel. They went for a trip with the church, and they wanted to go to the Holy Land. And I said, "You have your own room?" And she goes, "No, I slept in the same bed with Anne." And I said, how can that happen? How can you sleep?
I will say it's harder as I get older because I feel like when you're young and in college, you're just sleeping at whoever's apartment or wherever. You'll sleep on a floor, you'll sleep on a couch,
Right.
or whatever. But now I'm like, I just want to be comfortable in my bed,
Right,
in my
right.
space.
And you're exactly.
You know?
So
I do get it.
It changes a little bit, but
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think I'd go
You'd
for
be on the beach.
I'd be on the beach, an uninhabited island.
All right.
All right, so
All right, my turn. Would you rather be surrounded by people who brag all the time
oh god.
or by people who complain all the time?
Well, bragging is not something that my initial reaction was like the hair stood up on the back of my neck when I thought about somebody bragging and tooting their own horn and saying how great they are. It's so much fun to find out what people have accomplished in their life slowly when you're with them and you didn't know that they were a champion this or a swimming champion or valedictorian. They don't tell you that. You just find out during your friendship with that person, and it kind of just bubbles up and you go, oh, I didn't know that you were so accomplished. When somebody's telling you, that's just the worst. So I think in this case, by default, I would have to go with somebody that complains all the time, because I can deal with that and say, look around and say and you can see there's no reason to complain because the cards you've been dealt are pretty good, so stop complaining. That's what I would say, exactly.
Good answer.
So,
Good answer.
okay.
I mean, I'm always surrounded by little people who complain all the time, so that's what I'd pick, I guess. I'm used to it.
There's always something that's not right. Okay, number 4. Would you rather be able to listen only to one song, the same song,
Over and over.
over and over? That you have one song, you can choose it, and
My
that's
whole life. The one
your
song.
whole life, or only watch the same movie for the rest of your life. You have a movie to watch or a song to listen to. Your choice of either.
Movie.
I knew that you would say.
Yeah.
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 Just the visual involvement of a movie.
Yeah, just because I'm not a big, I mean, I love movies, but I'm not watching them all the time.
Yeah.
I'm listening to music all the time, so I'd rather have a variety of music than just
Yes. Oh, I
than
see
have a
where we're
variety of
going on that.
movies. Yeah, that's what I meant by it.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Oh, okay. So you thought I picked the opposite.
That's
no,
actually
I'd rather be able to listen to
any song
any
you want,
song.
and then just be stuck with
and
one
be
movie.
stuck with one movie.
I got it. Okay.
Would you pick the opposite?
Because
I feel like you watch a lot of movies.
I like to get into. I don't know why I like these British crime scenes
yeah.
movies. I like them better than American movies.
Do you have that BritBox?
I did. I finally subscribed to it.
Yeah,
One
my parents love it.
one payment of $79 for a whole year, which is, and then it's just nonstop. And then there's not even it is a detective, but it's kind of like a funny. It's called Death in Paradise, and it's shot on the island of Martinique. And you have all these sing-song voices of the policemen. There's always a death on the island. Every week there's a new death, and they have to solve the problem. And it's so relaxing to see in a beautiful place how a kind of unsophisticated police force solves a dastardly homicide. And it gives me great joy to
These homicides
see
great joy.
Yeah, but as opposed to
But they are the way that it's all set up. It's just like
right.
Here are these enjoyable characters.
enjoyable characters, as opposing to see The Fall, which is set in Dublin, and you had I've forgotten the two main characters there. The woman that I love more than anyone as an actress she was in X-Files. Gillian Anderson was the detective, and the other guy was in 50 Shades of Grey. That handsome guy, also Irish.
I can't think of his name.
But he was a serial killer.
Right.
And he would kill women and dress their bodies perfectly and put lipstick on them if they didn't have it. It was so scary that when he went out, and he was married and had 3 kids, and Gillian Anderson had to find him and stop him, but also fell in love with him because he was so smooth and handsome. So that's a crime, that's a detective series that you really you at the end you're breathless. But Death in Paradise is so silly that you say, "Hey, I'm going to get another iced tea," and just watch this. It's just great. So
Okay.
all right, so that's that.
All right. So are you ready for my
Yeah. Okay.
next one? Would you rather be followed by a band wherever you go, or by someone narrating your life?
Like in the bedroom?
Anywhere.
That's so.
Wherever you go.
It's so distracting to have a band
Would you
play.
rather be followed by a band wherever you go, or someone narrating your life wherever you go?
I'll go for the narration.
Really?
Because a band, I had to, just for.
Oh, wait, extended question, but not a would you rather. But who would be narrating it?
Liam Neeson, or the other guy that is always in these, they call him Sir. He's
Ian McKellen?
well, no, he too old.
Oh.
But the other guy. I'll go with Liam Neeson. I'll try to think of the other
Okay.
one. But
Oh, that would be so dramatic.
would be so
Yeah.
dramatic. And
It'd be like, I mean, I can't do a Liam
And
Neeson interpretation, but it would be like
Jeff
Jeff
has
is
just come out of the shower and he's walking into the bedroom. Let's see what happens next. And as opposed to a band,
He's ordering his Dunkin' iced tea.
right? He just went in for the second time today to get a Dunkin' iced tea. Well, I have to say, a band can be a band. The word band can be.
Yeah, I didn't specify what kind of band.
It could be shrill. And I remember going into Pancho Villa's, as I do every Friday night, and we do this with such monotonous regularity that I'm embarrassed to say it.
It's
That-
your thing. It's fun.
it is. It's we have a couple that we have dinner with every Friday night, which is almost unheard of for 30 years or
That's
40 years.
lovely.
The same people, and everyone gets together, and we move around for different restaurants. But every time we go to a restaurant, we stay for like 15 years. So now we're at Pancho Villa's for 10, and they had a band,
Mariachi.
a mariachi band, and they would come to each table, and Missy, my wife, would say, "Oh, play Bese Me Mucho," which is "Kiss Me a Lot," and it's a famous Mexican song. And then the guys there's 4 guys in this band with maracas, and they would play Beso or Bese Me Mucho. And then you have to give them money. So I finally gave the guy $20 not to play. It got so annoying, I pulled him aside and I said, "I want you to play Bese Me Mucho, but at that table on the other side of the restaurant, here's $20. And the guy left with the 3 other guys.
Yeah, but it's funny you say that because I was picturing a mariachi band.
Right. Okay, so I'd rather do Liam Neeson.
Okay,
All right.
fair.
Oh, it's my turn, right?
Yes.
Would you rather have one best friend but no casual ones, or have a big group of casual friends and no best friends?
Wow.
Would you rather have one best friend and no others, no casual ones, or have a big group of casual friends and no best friend?
Oh, that's tricky.
It shows.
Is it like, am I still married?
Oh, Ryan
Like,
will always be your best friend.
He doesn't count in this equation.
No, he's your
It's
husband.
like he's my best friend.
He's your best friend.
Yeah.
He'll give his
So I
life
still
for
have
you.
him, but you mean like
Yeah.
outside of
Yeah,
that?
outside. The person that you spent
Just one.
in that room
Or a bunch of casual friends.
in the Hamptons, I felt when the girls were choosing which ones would have their own rooms, you particularly and that other person particularly said, we're good to be
I
together.
think any of us would
Oh, really?
have been. Yeah. Any of us would have
Okay.
been fine. Oof, that's a hard one. I mean, because it's important to be really close with a friend.
You have a best friend that you pick up the
I
phone.
feel like I have a couple
Oh,
of them,
really?
though. I don't have just one. So that's why I'm like, well,
I
but
see.
if you're I don't know.
Okay.
You've stumped me.
Okay.
You've stumped me.
Okay, it's like musical chairs and the music stopped. You can't find a seat. Okay. Okay,
Because I'm
that's,
just, I don't know, I'm just thinking, it's just.
yeah,
one
so
best
no,
friend.
I'm writing down no answer.
No, I mean, I have to pick. Would you rather?
Well, I'm not
have to
forcing you, you're uncomfortable. I'm not gonna,
I'm not uncomfortable. It's just a tough question. I might actually say group of casual friends. I think.
looking at me?
Because, I mean, obviously it's important to have a best friend,
I think you're safe with a group of because.
but with a group of casual friends,
Who knows, one
it's
of
more
them.
than one person. I mean, because maybe that's a lot of pressure, just one best friend and
So-
nobody else.
So if we took away your best friend and you have all these casual ones, one of those casual ones will become your best friend.
That's true. That's a good point. Too.
So,
okay, I'm going casual friends.
yeah.
No offense.
It's
to
like
any
the
best
song
friend.
versus the movie is the same thing. I'd
Yeah,
rather
yeah.
have the movie so I
Okay.
can have here.
That was a good question. You got me.
All right,
All right.
I love
All
it.
right. All right. Would you rather be able to speak every non-human animal language or every human language? Would you rather be able to speak and understand animals?
Easy.
Or would you rather be able to always speak and understand other people?
That is a wonderful question, Mary. I will choose the non-human language of animals
Really?
because I'm so much more exposed to different species of animals than me going to Uzbekistan or going into Russia or going into the Ukraine and having to learn all those languages, Polish and French. I wouldn't have as much opportunity to travel the world and use that expertise of knowing those languages. Whereas here on Long Island, if I heard a bird sing or if I saw a squirrel chip,
But that wouldn't annoy you that the squirrel would just be like food.
another
like,
nut, another nut, another nut.
like,
I-
scary.
Yes.
Food.
Or my dog. What is my dog really saying? I could.
I feel like that would help you to know what your dog was saying.
My dog is showing me a lot. I'll go with non-human.
Okay.
I'll go with non-human because nobody.
I really wasn't sure which way you were going to go with that one.
You would go with human.
I would.
I know that because it's intellectual and you can communicate.
I just feel like it's more useful to me than.
But think of all those animals that look at me and go, "How the hell does this guy know what I'm thinking?" And
You'd be like Dr. Doolittle, I guess.
I
right?
would be like Mr. Ed, you know,
Yeah.
the talking horse.
I just feel like it wouldn't be as entertaining as in the movie.
No. If you could talk to the
It'd also be kind of
animals.
sad too, probably.
Could
No.
be. It could be. But I'll take a
Yeah,
shot
take a
at
shot
it.
at it.
I'll take it. It was a great question.
Oh,
I like that
Good.
question.
I'm glad you liked it.
Okay, I know the answer to this. Would you rather be the smartest or the funniest person in the room? Come on.
Smartest.
Smartest, of
Yeah.
course.
Because someone else can be funny and then I can enjoy it.
Okay.
Would you rather live your life over as the opposite gender or start your life over as a kid again?
I don't. I only know what a man's life is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would aspire or be interested or curious what it would it be like to be a woman. But I would, if the chance were given me, I would do it again, and
From the very beginning.
I would be a little bit more sensitive to what talents I've been given and use them better than the way I did use them.
Oh,
And
that's admirable.
I'll leave it at that. It's too
Hmm.
poignant. I'm almost
All
going
right.
to cry because
Okay.
it's
Okay.
too
I
upsetting.
can't make you cry on another episode.
No.
I feel like I made you cry on at least
You did.
At least two.
You were so funny. Okay, we're 6 minutes in. It's just a perfect way to say that.
All right, your turn.
Well, this is again, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. But you're such a sensitive person. Would you rather watch a sunset or a sunrise?
Sunset, because I am not a morning person.
Okay, and we move on to that. That was really inspiring. You guys are sitting on the edge of your seat. You know what? To our listening audience, you're looking at this and you're listening to this, and you're going,
Well, they're
"God."
thinking of their answers. Like,
Well,
or they're just saying, "This is really boring. Why am I listening?"
No,
to
you
this?
are. You're probably listening to our answers and going, "Oh God, how droll!" But you are definitely interested in what the next question is. I know you are there listening and going, "What will Mary ask next?" So,
Well, this is one that we kind of discussed when we were talking about this topic. But it's, would you rather go to space or the deepest part of the ocean?
well, I would go into space. I'm claustrophobic, and I'd have to go into the deepest part of the ocean. I would have to be in a diving bell. I couldn't free dive because.
But going into space, you're basically in.
Yeah, but they have space
enclosed
stations,
thing.
and people are running on treadmills, and everyone's having pizza. There's life up there that is pretty much splayed out in a more human way than being in a Alvin remote controlled thing at 8,000 feet. That would freak me out.
Yeah.
And especially since that guy just got crushed the other,
Yeah.
the submersible,
Yeah.
whatever. I can't do that.
No. No.
And I don't like cold water.
Fair enough.
There it is.
There it is.
Okay. All right. Here, moving on to even more inane questions. Would you rather lose your sense of taste or your sense of touch for 1 year?
Taste. Because then you could just eat anything and it wouldn't.
It wouldn't bother you. Okay.
I would be so healthy. I would just be eating heads of lettuce.
Right. It would.
I don't care about that. Yeah.
Just lettuce and
Yeah. I'd be so
Okay.
healthy.
yeah. Touch is important.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah. I
to
think so.
to not you
That
pick.
would be very difficult in daily living, I feel like.
Yeah. Okay. We'll get through
All right,
that.
so this is a very Jeff specific question.
Oh boy.
All right. Would you rather have to drink a cold beverage without ice in it
Oh no.
or eat a BLT on whole wheat bread?
Would I repeat the question?
Would you rather have to drink a cold beverage without ice in it or eat a BLT on whole wheat bread?
I would eat the BLT on whole wheat,
Really?
even multigrain, even Ezekiel bread. I know what Mary's eyes are rolling back in her head because she doesn't believe me for a minute. But you have to drink something when you're eating. So I would rather eat a small little bit of whole wheat BLT and then have my beautiful iced tea with lots of ice than eat something and not have that.
Have the ice.
Yeah, I gotta have that.
So do you feel stronger about ice then than you do about white bread?
I do, because I know white bread is this is just the way I was brought up. Silver top bread and builds bodies in 6 different ways. I remember what the advertising. I remember it.
It stayed with
Builds strong bodies in 6 different ways. It was white. It was wheat. It was bleached. It was no nutrients in it. It was the worst thing for you on the planet. And to this day, I have white bread. But I know that whole wheat bread is better, and I know multigrain, like 8-grain bread, is better.
Yeah.
And I could learn how to eat that.
As long as you have your ice.
I've got to have my iced tea, unsweetened
enough.
iced tea. Okay.
Fair enough. All right.
Well, all right.
I only have one more because you had that one.
All right, so I'm gonna-
So you pick one more.
So, with an eye towards self-improvement, this is different than the other ones. Like, would you rather furnish your dream home in antiques or more cutting-edge modern designs? That was. I'm not asking that question.
That's for you, the listeners at home.
Yeah, that's for you, the listeners at home. But in order to be a better friend than you already are, would you rather be a better listener than you currently are, or would you be funnier than you currently are?
Rather be a better listener, or would I rather be funnier? I think I'd rather be funnier, because then we'd have a really good podcast right now.
Totally. I was thinking the same thing. If only.
If only I was funnier.
No, if only both of us would be funny. This would be because. Yeah, if only Mary was really funny, then you would tune in next time instead. But I'm not carrying the water down the road on this one either.
I have one more, another Jeff-specific one.
Oh, God.
Would you rather only be able to text people to communicate, or only be able to call, but your voice is Gilbert Gottfried's voice?
He's very funny. He was very funny. I know he died, but God, he was funny. No, I'm going to text.
Wow, really?
I can't be Gilbert Gottfried for the rest of my natural life. Or,
All right, well...
have one more? Can we do have what time for...
yeah, I mean, we have all the time in the world.
Well, I don't want to go... do we even know how much time this is? Do we?
We've been talking for a while now.
She won't tell me. She won't tell me because it's an hour and a half.
I mean, it's fine. It's my coffee break.
Oh, right. Okay, would you rather spend a rainy day trying out a new recipe or marathoning movies?
Marathoning movies.
Yeah, okay.
Because then I can just order in the food.
While you're watching, the DoorDash guy comes up and goes, "Oh, great, this is the hamburger I've been waiting for. Thank you." Okay, how great has this been? Thank you all for listening. Next time it's going to be even better.